nervous?
Little bit.
So, what's changed?
Everything. Okay.
What's the purpose of this video?
So I feel like I kind of needed to talk about some things, a lot of which has to do with the fact that everything has changed. And I feel like for me it's very important to address the things that have changed and the changes in me, because I feel like a completely different person in some ways, and acknowledging that is kind of the purpose of this video. And also I sort of wanted to dive into the ways in which I've changed and the reasons and the circumstances that have caused me to change as much as I have, to kind of set the narrative straight about things that might have happened, circumstances that have led me to where I am right now. So yeah, pretty straightforward. The point of this video is to talk about me and the person that I'm sort of becoming, and it's a person that I'm really proud of, and it took a while for me to get here, and a lot of situations and things that led to me getting to this point. So yeah, that's the purpose of this video.
Are you genuinely happy?
1000%. Yes. Yes, all the way. I don't even have to think about it anymore. I am probably the happiest that I've been in a while. I don't know if this is the happiest I've ever been, but definitely the happiest that I've been in a while. No lie, no trying to fake it, because I'm sort of done with that whole pretending to be okay when you're not. I could not do it anymore. So yeah, I can say with where I am right now, at this point in my life, at this stage in my life, I am very happy. And it definitely was a long road to me getting here, to getting to the point where I can finally just come right out and say that I am positively happy and I'm genuinely just content with the way things are going, with how I feel about myself. And that makes me really proud of me, because I know that it was extremely difficult getting here. But yeah, without a doubt in my mind, I'm happy.
At what point did you stop pretending to be happy?
I guess at the start of this year. I know it sounds extremely cliche, the whole new year, new me thing. And I'm definitely not a person who's ever been for that, but I don't know, I felt like by the end of December I'd sort of had enough of a lot of things and a lot of situations, and I couldn't take the stress and anxiety of it anymore. I sort of decided that the best way and the healthiest way for me to get away from everything that was hurting me and bugging me, bothering me, was to just own up to the fact that things were hurting me and things were bothering me. I feel like the more that I pretended that things were okay and I was fine with certain situations and circumstances that were surrounding me at that point, the more it led to me putting effort into constantly putting on a facade that I did not want to, and to convincing people that I was in a state of mind that I was not in, and that was just physically and mentally draining. And it just took so much life out of me to a point where I didn't even see the point anymore. Basically, it was like I was at a point where it did not matter how people were affected by my nonchalantness of certain situations, or about the truth of how I felt about certain things, as long as it didn't bug me. Because I was put through a lot of pain and a lot of hurt, and a lot of people kept telling me to just kind of pretend like I'm okay and I'll get through it and just act like everything's normal. And that's what the problem was, pretending like everything was normal when it wasn't, because it just isn't. And like, why would you want to do that to yourself? Why would you want to build a belief system that you have no belief in, that you would try to put on a smile and convince people that you're doing okay when you're not, or that you're okay with certain situations around you when you're clearly falling apart? Because that genuinely makes no sense when you think about it. It's just a lot of pretending for you to be hurting. So I feel like the best thing that I did for myself at that point was take myself out from situations that I was uncomfortable with or that I was not okay with by simply saying that, hey, I'm not gonna act like I'm fine about this, because I'm not. Like, this bugs me, what you're doing bugs me, or I'm not okay with what's going on and I don't want to be in this situation anymore, even if that means losing friends or connections that I've had forever. Because at the end of the day, it's just really not worth it. It's as easy as saying that you're not okay with something happening around you than playing along and acting like it doesn't bug you at all. Because honestly, what is more tiring? What is gonna hurt you for longer? It's just the same vicious circle coming back again and again until you finally say something and honestly just be truthful. And that has set me free in more ways than I could ever imagine. And I am 1000% positive that that's why I'm so happy right now.
Do you still care?
About the people and the friendships? Some, yeah. I'm a person who gets attached very easily. I'm a very emotional person, and people have exploited that for years and years, and I've let them. The fact that I care too much, the fact that I love too deeply, the fact that I trust too blindly, it's gotten me hurt over and over by just a lot of people. And but that's just the type of person I am. But at the same time, certain things that happened in the last couple of months really showed me people for who they were, and I feel like I avoided that for a really long time, because sometimes you just don't want to see what's right in front of you because you would rather just be convinced of the other narrative that you have in your head, the image that you sort of conjured up for certain people in your head, because they are just more easy to accept than the reality that's in front of you. And I feel like that's what I did for a really long time, just justify the people in my life because of who they used to be at one point when they clearly weren't anymore, and they were trying to show me that. Friends, relationships, all that kind of stuff. And I blame myself for that completely, because I knew that was wrong, but at the same time, I couldn't convince myself to let go. And that made me lose sight of the more important goal, which was to not lose myself, even if it meant losing other people. And when that realization set in, it was heartbreaking. I just could not get myself to accept so many things, so many aspects of people that I've sort of spent my whole life with. And it was a very difficult conclusion to come to let them go and cut them off, but it had to be done, and it broke me in a lot of ways, but it was necessary, it was important. And a relative of mine told me that you sort of have surrounded yourself with these people for over, say, like 10 or 15 years of your life, and at the end of the day, when it came down to choosing you, they chose maybe other people or other situations or things over you, despite the fact that you were the one that was there for that period of time. And that really hit me, and it made me realize what I wasn't seeing or what I wasn't prepared to see. But yeah, it was definitely very hard to just stop caring, because there were people that I've cared for my whole life, friends that I've grown up with, relationships that I invested all my time in, and it was really hard to just stop caring about all that. And I tried reaching out, I tried making amends, I did everything from my part, and when it didn't work, that's when I had to make the tough call of letting it go. because I've always been the type of person that would rather try and fail than later look back and be like, oh, I didn't try at all. So I think the failure is the part that makes me realize that, oh, you need to stop. You tried, you failed, and that's it. Now you have your answer. But that failure, that slap in the face, is exactly what I sometimes need, and I feel like that's my process, and I was fine with it because people showed me who they were, despite our relationship for however long it might have been. And it was very important to get me to being who and what I am today.
How do you actually feel about those people at this point?
I think the word that came into my head instantly was indifferent. I feel like, yeah, there are some people who I still care very deeply about, and I'm always gonna be there for, not just because I've sort of grown up with them or that I've had a relationship with them for a very long time, but because that's just the kind of person I am. I like being there for people. I like having someone feel safe enough to fall back on me, and I'm always going to be there for people, even who I'm not really in touch with anymore. And I know for a fact that those people know that they can always come to me, and I'll always show up because that's just my pattern. But at the end of the day, it also made me realize who my true friends are and the type of friends that I want in my life, because while I lost a few, I gained a lot more. And I'm not saying I lost everyone from my like ages of growing up or from back home. I still have my friends from school and people like that who make me so happy. And I started making friends at Flame and really kind of finding the people that work for me. And I forged new relationships with newer people, and I built on the older ones that have stood the test of time and that have proven to me again and again that they're always going to be there. I found a new relationship with my family in a lot of ways, and I am so grateful for all these people that have sort of accumulated in my life, that have reminded me again and again that no matter what happens, they're always going to show up and they're always on my side. And just because I feel like when I lost the other people in my life, the friends that I've had for a longer period of time, or the relationships that I invested a lot of my time in, it made me feel like losing those people was the end of the world. Like, I have no one now, and I couldn't survive the pain, and I couldn't see the people that were there. But now I'm so grateful that they are, because I see them now and I appreciate them so deeply. And it hurt for a little bit, but I really feel like I really healed from those wounds that I developed of losing those connections, because it did bring me down. But right now I have connections that are in a lot of ways better and more beautiful than I could have ever imagined, and with people that I didn't even imagine to connect with. And it makes me feel more alive than anything else in the world.
You want to address the struggles with friendships and relationships?
I feel like I just did that. But let's just say that the last year, going through not only a heartbreak but also a lot of mental and physical health issues, and figuring out where I want to go from there, and getting out of a dark headspace, because yes, I was kind of in a headspace where I would have self-harmed, and getting out of that and dealing with losing the friendships that resulted out of the heartbreak. But right now I don't care, and it's so freeing, the fact that I really truly do not care. I am happy with the people that are present in my life, that make an effort to be there in my life every single day. And I really I'm gonna curse, but I could not give a fuck about all the people that I've left behind. I really did leave some people behind in the last year, and I'm glad that they're there. When it comes to those friendships and relationships, I'm not gonna lie about the fact that I do miss them. I miss the people that I sort of am no longer closer to, that I once would have taken a bullet for. But yeah, definitely the nostalgia hits me from time to time. Memories hit me from time to time. You can't really shut that part of your brain off. But does it hurt to think about them? No, it doesn't. My heart doesn't drop anymore when I think about those people or those memories. It hits me with a smile, and I just move on.
So is this Rish 2.0?
I don't think I would say this is Rish 2.0, because that would imply that something happened to 1.0 or whatever, that I'm not that person anymore. And that wouldn't be true, because while yeah, I've changed in a lot of ways and I'm different now, there are still qualities from the old version of me that still exist right now. Like I said, like loving too deeply and believing the best in people and stuff like that, it still is a part of me and it always will be. That being said, yeah, a lot has changed, and I guess you can say that I'm becoming a new person, a person that I'm still trying to figure out as well. So I don't have all the answers yet, but I'm definitely loving the person that I'm becoming and turning out to be, because she's a lot more confident and fearless and just excited about where she's going. And I feel like that's extremely important. So no, this isn't Rish 2.0. I am still the same girl in a lot of ways, just with, I guess, a few learned lessons and a few more belief systems than I intended on having. But it's for the best. What's next? Hopefully one of the best chapters of my life. I'm doing things differently now. I know for a fact that I've made a lot of changes to the way that I portray myself. And yeah, a lot of this attitude was born out of things that I went through, the heartbreak that I went through, the friendships that I lost, and the things that I was put through. There was this quote that I read somewhere that said, there is nothing stronger than the need to distract from a broken heart. And in some ways, I'm actually happy about the fact that I got my heart broken now, because it led to all of this. I feel like, yeah, I would have gradually turned into this person, but the heartbreak did push me over the edge. It kind of made me reevaluate a lot of things. Losing my friends brought in a lot of realizations that I kept pushing away, and yeah, there was nothing stronger than the need to distract from that. And the only way to distract myself from it was to build on myself. And that's what I chose to invest in, me. I chose to invest in me. I'm taking new chances, trying new things. I'm taking this whole influencing thing to another level. I finally signed my first contract with an influencer agency that I really believe in, that can really take my brand forward and build on everything that I want to kind of put out there. And I'm really excited for what that will bring and the new opportunities that I'm being presented with. Also very grateful for the people who have given me these opportunities. My parents, for sure, my sister, who constantly keeps rallying for my happiness, and everyone else who just refuses to let me go. Honestly, I wouldn't have survived without them, for sure. And that's something I think about every day. So what's next is keeping those people with me, going through whatever comes next, and just keeping the faith that I've built in myself, because it's gonna take me a long way. I'm gonna take more chances. I've been documenting my life a lot more, as you guys probably have been able to tell, and I'm more than happy with who I am right now. I'm a person who does not care about what anyone has to say, even about this video. I'm a person who is investing in me, taking chances on me, and is just very happy letting things go. So yeah, that's me. I love me, and that's very hard for me to say, trust me. For coming from a mindset where I didn't want to exist anymore because I couldn't stand me, to a point where I love me so much that I'm doing everything it takes to take care of my mental and physical health. It's a big thing, and I'm very proud of myself. That's the other thing. Be proud of you. And yeah, that's, I guess, all I wanted to say. If you made this far, thank you so much for watching. I hope that this makes it clearer about who I am to you, and that you could maybe take something away from it. I love you, and here's to being really fucking happy in 2023.